London is about to undergo one of its biggest infrastructure transformations in decades, and is centred around the complete rebuild of London Euston Station. But this isn't just a station upgrade, this will be a multi-billion-pound redevelopment that could reshape how people travel into the capital and how central London evolves itself over the next decade. We're talking about a project that has already seen costs rise to around £4.8 billion, with plans now being redesigned, timelines reset and a much bigger vision emerging. This goes far beyond trains, and it's about turning Euston into a major national gateway for high-speed rail, regeneration and long-term economic growth. At the centre of this is HS2, which plans to bring high-speed services directly into central London, connecting cities like Birmingham faster than ever before. At the heart of the Euston transformation is the creation of the completely new high-speed rail terminus designed to support HS2. And this is where the scale of the project really starts to stand out. The original HS2 station plan was budgeted for around £2.6 billion, but costs quickly escalated to around £4.8 billion, making it one of the most expensive station redevelopments ever proposed in the UK. Because of this, the government stepped in and paused the original scheme, forcing a redesign to bring costs under control. Now, instead of a standalone station, Euston is being reimagined as an integrated station campus, combining high-speed rail, the existing network rail station, underground upgrades and surrounding developments into one single coordinated project. The HS2 station is expected to include 10 platforms, capable of handling up to 17 high-speed trains per hour, significantly increasing the capacity into London. And this is crucial because one of the biggest challenges facing the UK rail network is congestion, especially on routes into the capital. Construction is already progressing in phases. One of the biggest milestones came in 2026, when tunnelling towards Euston began from Old Oak Common. These tunnels will eventually bring high-speed trains directly into central London, but the scale of the engineering challenges means construction will continue well into the 2020s and early 2030s. This is where the project becomes more than just infrastructure. It becomes a national priority, because without Euston, HS2 doesn't fully deliver what it was designed to do. High-speed rail is meant to connect major cities directly into central London, not leave passengers transferring on the outskirts. That's why, despite the cost overruns, the project keeps moving forward. It's not really optional anymore. Euston is what completes the network. One of the biggest challenges facing the Euston rebuild is time, and more specifically delays. Originally, HS2 trains were expected to run into central London much earlier, but rising costs and design changes have pushed that timeline significantly back. Instead, the first phase of HS2 will now run between Birmingham and Old Oak Common in West London, not Euston. That means passengers travelling on the UK's new high-speed rail network will initially have to stop short of central London and transfer onto other services, something that has raised concerns in convenience and overall value. The latest projections suggest Euston may not fully open until the early to mid-2030s, although a confirmed delivery time is still being finalised, with the new cost and schedule baseline expected around 2026. Meanwhile, construction continues in the background. Tunnelling is underway, planning is evolving, and a revised station design is being developed, but that gap between initial expectations and current reality is clear. This delay changes the entire perception of HS2 in its early years. Instead of a seamless journey into central London, it risks feeling incomplete from day one. If passengers have to stop at Old Oak Common and transfer, it reduces both convenience and impact. That first impression matters, especially for a project at this scale and cost. It also affects how people judge value. High-speed rail is meant to deliver a faster, smoother end-to-end journey, not an extra step at the final stage. The longer Euston takes, the more pressure builds, with delays, cost and public perception all starting to outweigh the long-term benefits. Right now, Euston is a major station, but it's not one of London's busiest. Stations like London Liverpool Street, London Waterloo and London Paddington Station all handle significantly more passengers each year. Euston currently sees around 40 million passengers annually, placing it roughly as the 10th busiest in the UK, compared to nearly 100 million at Liverpool Street. But comparing Euston purely on passenger numbers misses the bigger picture. This rebuild will only be designed to increase footfall, it will be designed to change Euston's role entirely. With HS2, Euston becomes a national gateway, connecting London directly to major cities at high speed. It shifts from being primarily a commuter and intercity station to becoming a key piece of national infrastructure. At the same time, improvements to the underground, surrounding transport links and station layout will make journeys smoother and more efficient, helping to reduce the congestion across the wider network. This is where Euston stands apart from other London stations. Waterloo and Liverpool Street are huge because of the daily commuter flows. But Euston's future is about long-term distance, connectivity and national impact. It's less about how many people pass through, and more about where those people are coming from now and how quickly they can get there. Beyond transport, the London Euston rebuild is expected to unlock one of the most significant regeneration opportunities in central London. Plans for the wider Euston area suggest a potential for around 2,000 new homes, creating up to 34,000 new jobs and approximately £41 billion in long-term economic impact. The station sits next to London's Knowledge Quarter, a major hub for science, education and innovation, including universities, research institutions and global organisations. By upgrading Euston, the aim is to better connect this area, attract new investment and create a modern district that combines transport, business and residential development. But the impact will go far beyond London. Euston is the final piece that allows HS2 to deliver its full benefits across the UK, improving the capacity, reducing journey times and supporting economic growth in multiple regions. Without Euston, HS2 risks feeling incomplete. But with it, the project becomes a fully connected high-speed rail network linking the country's biggest cities. This is where the long-term importance really sits. The station itself is just one part of the story. It's the ripple effect that matters. Better connectivity usually leads to more investment, more jobs and more development. And in a city like London, that impact can scale very quickly. If done right, Euston could reshape not just one area, but how the entire UK economy connects and grows. Over the next 10 years, London could have completely transformed Euston, a new high-speed rail hub, a regenerated district and a major gateway connecting the capital to the rest of the UK. But the project also represents one of the biggest tests for UK infrastructure, with the rising costs, delays and designs mean its success or failure. This will likely define how projects like this are viewed for the next decade to come. If delivered properly, Euston could unlock billions in economic growth, improve national connectivity and transform central London. But if delays continue, it risks becoming a symbol of the challenges facing large-scale infrastructure in the UK. Either way, one thing is clear. Euston is no longer just a station, it's one of the most important projects shaping the future of London and the UK right now. What do you think of this Euston project? Could this completely transform how people get around London and travel into it? Or is this just a complete waste of money? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel for more, and check out these two videos next to me.